And I will do it exactly like habit improving. I had to flash this, because this means she needs a longer time to get unattributed than I clear. Nice. Etching. Mandatory. Nah, you're so real for that. You are so real for that. Like, I did this too. I did this too. When I still had fun playing Duo. Wow, that's so nice. Kinda crazy. See ya, pumpkin. We finally got her. The Sona was really resilient. Holy shit. She played so well. Among Us! How does voice training work? It's hard. Basically, you change your voice and you try to make it... Oh my god, this is scary actually. Okay, basically you imagine yourself having a voice, for example, let's say Mickey Mouse. And then you do it as often as possible and you try to permanently speak with Mickey Mouse voice. And after a while, it gets so natural and you get slightly better and better at it that, yeah, it gets natural and people think you have a natural Mickey Mouse voice. And the big issue with voice training is it's really hard to do because like obviously it hurts a bit on your voice at the beginning until you get used to it. But the biggest issue is the mental pressure because holy fuck, you're like the biggest issue is, especially if you need to voice train, for example, say you're trans, then it is so fucking important. Like this is such a deep topic for you because first you really want to sound the way you want to, and second, most trans people had negative experiences with it, right? So you automatically do something you're very like you got judged for. It's so hard to start with it, exactly. It's so fucking hard, and the only way I did it, you can see that in my old VODs, is I did it on stream, and it was so fucking hard. But after a while, I got used to it, and through streaming, it got better and better and better and better. But I'm still, like, the biggest part for me now is not be embarrassed, it's to keep the energy even when I have emotions. That's my biggest difficulty. Because if I focus on it, and if I do nothing else, then I can have a really good voice. I can. But the biggest issue is for me that if I'm tilted, if I'm hyped, if I'm focused, if I'm bored, it drops. So this is my next step of improving. And I will do it exactly like habit improving. I had to flash this, because this means she needs a longer time to get unattributed than I clear. Nice. But there are more important and not just like basic CSing and should be learned, or other stuff, for example, improving and avoiding television or triangle tracking. I mean, there are basic things you can use for every role, and that will... okay, basically, I think the first part you should always do is improve your how's it called? Information gaining. So start with actually using F keys. Play with unlocked cam. Always try to have every single champion in your cam. Never have champions outside of your cam. Because this makes it so that you will be able to react to things fast, right? If you see a Malphite on your screen, it's easier to react to Malphite ult instead of if he is not on your screen. Outside of that, it's often best to start with more simpler things. For example, kill threats. Know what can kill you. Because that will give you a foundation to learn other things. This is also the reason why, for example, in school, the learning, like this is basically the reason why schools are still so shit how they are. It's because they have the reasoning. If you have to learn a really, really hard math problem, then it's easier for you to learn other things in the future. So that's why you start with easy stuff and it gets harder and harder. And it's the same with improvement. So the first thing I would recommend people is to start playing with unlock camp, right? Then the next part is to use F keys every 30 seconds. The next part is always have every single champion on your screen and work you up on the difficulty. I used my defensive space and I have to back off. Right, because this could have been... I don't like this. Or I used my E wrong. My bad. Nah, I'm stomping the shit out of them. Nice. Oh, finally I have an engaged support. I just realized. No wonder it's so easy. Oh, what a good snipe. Nice. Oh, like, this is... Okay, another thing that people underrate, straight up, is speed of you purchasing items. I'm not even kidding. I thought about it a bit more. And the thing that makes a difference between an okay league player and a really good league player is how fast they are on the map. How fast they reset, how fast they look for next play, how fast they do actions, right? If you watch any high competitive game, like for example Stu when they played against D1, you see them basing almost instantly after every single play. Because that means they are fast out of base. So the first thing you should improve is how fast you buy items. And it's so easy to improve that. You go in practice tool and you think of a random ass item and then just try to buy it instantly. You go here, this, bam. And you can practice that in practice tool as much as you want and it will give you such a huge advantage in solo queue because you will always go out of base 2 seconds earlier, right? Which in return means you catch one more wave. Or like with 2 more minions, which in return means you get your item earlier, which in return means you win a fight that you else wouldn't have. This is what I mean with basic stuff. Basically, you need to have the next play in mind every time before it happens. Exactly. Exactly. Katjan is saying it. Exactly. And for example, buying items is also something that implements in having faster tempo. Unfound 2050. Thank you so much for the reviews. Like, you don't know how much this means to me, like straight up. Like this needs. Bro! What did the minions do to you? Oh fuck my life, I grieved. My bad. Nah, I got 6-packed. The Ambassador Flash mind-controlled me into griefing. I wanted to, but in my head, no way it's worth the flash for a kill. I think I would have survived if I did it. So, but it's hindsight. Oh, the sparrows of league not... Nah, you're so right though. Nice, I got it. And see? Best example. I did the animation cancel, so now I will get 1 more minion here. Maybe I even get the fucking cannon. No, I don't get the cannon. But in another world, I would have gotten the cannon there. And this means I get 20 more gold. And you just know there have been so many moments in the past where you are off like 10 gold of your item, you know? Ah, nice. The champion is so broken. And this is what is called like a butterfly effect, right? If you are 1 second faster, every single base, this means you would maybe get like 200 gold more, which will make it so out of 100 games you will win like 5 more games, which will end up a shit ton over time. So do it. Improve. You might not feel it instantly, but you will be rewarded. But I don't play so much case and I get 70% of the time with E. Elvador, then sit yourself down and go on the practice tool and practice it. When I played a lot of Kai'Sa, I was actually really consistent with it, but I also spent so much time in practice tool. First time hearing a rise of being better at buying items, but it's so obvious. Right? I also have never heard it, but it just makes sense to me, right? Because my coach has been telling me, okay, guys, we need to base earlier. We need to be faster. And I'm like, okay, but my main time that I waste is not basing earlier. It's actually just sitting in base and struggling to buy the things correctly, right? So funny. And I would say being better at buying items is easier than most things in the game. Because in comparison to other things, you can actively improve it. Because football is really cool to improve if you're playing soccer. Because you can repeat certain things over and over and over and over again, you know? You can make real habits out of it. But League, you can't, right? It's so hard to do so. The more and master leveling up your abilities while basing if I throw goated. But it's so cool, no? This is for example that I love about it. If you're faster in shop before, you would have gotten cannon butterfly effect. It's crazy, honestly. Right. How to do animation cancel? Fuck it up. You see your cursor. You hover your cursor over the evolve button. Then you click the evolve, and the legit a millisecond afterwards, you press E. You have to be really fast though. And this is a habit you can practice so easily, right? Because you can go on practice and do it. And it's always the same. And it's always the same timing. You never need to adapt. The higher you get, the more these little things matter. Exactly. It does. I have my Sonya's on the wrong button, else I would have pressed it. Fuck. I'm 15-1. How did that happen? I was just talking the entire game. Details draw the full picture. Now we have fucking Goethe in chat. Like, holy shit. Calm down, Shakespeare. Nah, but such a good way of phrasing it. Legit. I need to remember it. Damn. I honestly reacted on it. That was the 6 MS difference. I swear to God, if I had 20 MS, I wouldn't have Sonya's stats ult. Like, straight up. Oh. Is Shakespeare really dead? Ah, chat.